So this is what we had discussed in the earlier lecture. Okay, that is market segmentation. And after that, we have also seen about channels of marketing, or we can say channels of distribution, the role of channels of distribution. Next, we are going to see about direct marketing channels and indirect marketing channels. It's also very easy topic. So first we will see there's two different types of marketing channels. So the word channel, what is the direct channel of distribution? It is the path or the route or the medium through which goods are moving from the manufacturer to the customer, and it involves various intermediaries in between. Now here we will see two different types, direct and indirect. First we will see direct marketing channel. Listen carefully, this will come for objective question. This is also known as zero level marketing channel. Direct marketing is also known as zero level marketing channel. There are no intermediaries between the producer and the final buyer. It's a normal practice in the case of service sector. So direct channel में वो name से समझ में आता है कि बीच में कोई नहीं है, मैन्युफैक्चरर है या प्रोड्यूसर है, then it is directly the products are reaching to the customer. That is, there are no levels in between. That is why it is known as zero level marketing. So the producer sells directly to the final buyers through his own network, or maybe appointing door-to-door sales force or whatever it is, but there are no other external intermediaries over here. It is very common in industrial goods also, and it is also common in the case of services. So you should know what is the difference between a product and service. Products are tangible and all. There are so many differences. Only the basic one I'll tell you. Products are tangible, means we can touch, we can see and all. But services are intangible. We cannot touch or see, but we can only experience the services. So in service sector में बहुत सारे, like transportation is coming under service sector, education is coming under service sector, then health or medical hospitals are coming in service sector, banking is coming under service sector. So service sector may be direct marketing channels are very common. Like for example, I'll tell you, like railways, you only have to travel. There are no intermediary in between. Education, when I'm teaching, you only have to listen. There are no intermediary in between. For going to the hospital, if you're sick, you only have to go to the hospital to get the treatment. So there won't be any intermediaries in between. That is why it is told that services are using more of direct marketing channels, and it is all supplied to the people. The services are supplied to the people using direct channels. And why this is required, or why producers are going for this service sector? Yes, product means buying something in the market. Services can be an act or a performance. Product means some product which you are buying from the market, which you can touch, which you can see. Okay, but services क्या होता है? Services are also buying only. You're paying the fees and you're getting education. You're paying fees to a doctor and you're getting his treatment. You're going to a restaurant, you're having food and you're paying the bills. It is also involving money. But the thing is, it is an act or a performance, which we cannot exactly see, but there will be tangible support systems which are helping in completion of that particular service delivered. We don't need to go much detail into this. Just understand, in service sector, these direct marketing channels are more used. Okay. Now, why this is important? Why the companies are going for direct marketing as well? Reasons for direct marketing. First point is, producers have a greater control over the distribution of their products, because if there are so many intermediaries in between, what happens? They may lose control. Lose control means they may face problems regarding coordination between these intermediaries. So the producers will have a greater control when they are having their, like when they are going for direct marketing, because they know what is happening in the distribution side. Then another reason could be non-availability of middleman for this particular type of product, or even their reluctance. Reluctance means when the middlemen are not ready to distribute this particular type of product. That time also the producers will go for direct marketing. Then if the producers are like they are having definite and few buyers. Definite means they are not manufacturing in huge numbers. They are manufacturing, like they are giving only customized services. Then also they will be going for direct marketing channels. They won't be looking for intermediaries. Then products which are of complex nature and which requires good after sales service or even training should be given to the customers regarding how to use this particular product. In such cases also, intermediaries would be avoided. Then, if the market conditions, or we can say if the market, whatever market means, where they are going to sell it, if it is local in nature, local in the nature means it is not having a very huge network coverage area, and like they are not expanding to so many other places. Instead, it's just in that smaller area. That time also, it is better they go for directly selling the product to the customers. Then, if the producer is having the financial capability to establish his own distributive system, or we can say that if that producer or manufacturer is confident that he can only arrange his own people, or he is quite confident that he does not require the help of outsiders or middlemen. In such cases also, they go for direct marketing. That is why many products, like I'll tell you common example which we hear is Tupperware boxes, Tupperware tiffin boxes. That is commonly quoted example for direct marketing channels. Then like that, so many other products are there which are in fashion area and all. Like they hardly have intermediaries in between. Okay, so that is direct marketing. It is a zero level marketing channel. Next, let's see what is indirect. Indirect marketing channel means the distribution will be happening with the help of intermediary agencies. That is distributing of goods with the help of intermediaries. There, how it will work out? If there is a producer or manufacturer, a final customer, these two parties are definitely required to be there, and at least one level of middlemen. Then it makes it an indirect channel. अगर only producer and final customer है तो that is just direct marketing. But producer, final customer, and at least one level of middleman, it will make an indirect channel. So the issue is that in indirect marketing channel, the producer must select the best type of middleman who knows about this particular product, who knows about the trends of the customers, likes of the customers. And because what happens is then different types of the products, the producer may not be able to handle everything. That is why they are going for this middleman and all. So, or it can ऐसे भी हो सकते हैं कि अगर consumers बहुत widely scattered है, or if the intermediaries are doing a good business in this particular area, in such cases and all, it is very good to take the help of middlemen. So here we can see different types of middlemen are there. Very common ones I have taken over here. The simplest, or we can say the commonly seen distribution channel is one where there are manufacturers, then there are agents, then wholesalers, retailers, and final customer. Then there is manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer, customer. Then comes again, it is becoming shorter, like manufacturer, retailer, customer, manufacturer, canalizing agency, buyer. I'll tell you what is this canalizing agency. Okay, so we can see that in the third one, manufacturer, retailer, customer. That is one of the simplest form of indirect marketing channel where there is at least one level of middleman. Now, what is this canalizing agency? Canalizing agency means in like when you take example of different types of products, some items will be exported items, some like there will be certain items where we cannot export it directly from a foreign country. We cannot bring it to our country directly. In such cases, we will have to take the help of some canalizing agency which are coming through the government, which are appointed by the government. So in such cases, there will be a canalizing agency, like especially products like petroleum products and all, such canalizing agency will be there. So like apart from these also, these are the common forms. Apart from this, we can also find there are producers, cooperative sector, dealers, then customers. Like that, it varies from industry to industry and company to company, and even size of the company also matters over here. Okay, so this is direct and indirect. Now, what are the different factors which are affecting the channel decision? What are the different factors over here? You can see over here, nature of the product, customer characteristics, nature of the market, nature of market competition, market environment, availability of middleman, economic and technological factors. Like first, we will see the nature of the product. Nature of the product means if it is perishable products or products which may get damaged very fastly. In such cases, it is better to go through or go for a shorter channel design. Otherwise, what happens? It will be passing from hands to hands, and finally, this may even get damaged. But certain products, if the type of the product is in such a way that it is having more shelf life, then it is better to go for a longer channel design. Then customer characteristic. If the customers are spread over, as I told you, or geographically dispersed, and you need to approach or you need to attract the customers in all these areas, that time also it's better to go for an indirect channel marketing. Same way, nature of the market. Nature of the market also, again, the coverage, the networking, the location of the market also determines the selection of channel. If the person, the producer or the manufacturer is selling throughout the country, we have seen direct marketing is in a local area. But if this particular producer wants to sell throughout the country, then he should go for a longer channel, indirect channel. Then, but if it is located or concentrated in a smaller region, he can go for direct channel. Then, nature of market competition. Definitely, if there is keen competition in the market, if the competition is tough, it is better to take the help of in middlemen in between, because they can help to make the customers aware about the product. In one way, they are helping it is just like a type of advertisement only when they are promoting certain products in the market. Then market environment also should be considered, like new products, entry of new products in the market, government restrictions and all. Depending on that, again, the channel should be designed. Another important thing is availability of middlemen. The middlemen should be like for each and every product, we can see different types of middlemen will be there, and those middlemen should be selected who can effectively or efficiently distribute our product. They should be willing to do it, and they should be available, and the services also should be taken into consideration over here. Then there is economic and technological factors. Like we can say, during the period of recession and all, when the market is going dull, then the middlemen will have to, we will have to force them to take our products. We will have to push the product to the middleman. That is known as pushing the product to the push strategy, we call it. We will have to push our product to the middleman. And same way, when technology is changing, that time also, just like now, what we are seeing now, due to the rising of e-commerce business and all, due to these factors also should be taken into account when we are designing the channel. Then other factors are also there, like we can say proportion or the commission which they are taking, risk, whether they are ready to share the risk of the business, any other additional services which they are ready to provide. And based on these factors only, typically we can say individual factors of each and every company, individual requirements of each and every company only, the best channel should be designed. It could be either direct channel or an indirect channel. In indirect channel also, they should see whether they should go for a longer one or a shorter one. Then next topic is about marketing institutions and assistants. Some of the institutions set up by the government for helping in marketing of the product. Now, these are all governmental as well as non-governmental specialized agencies. We have already seen so many financial institutions. Similarly, marketing institutions which provide marketing assistance. Like you can see over here, State Small Industries Corporation, then National Small Industries Corporation, Small Industries Service Institute, Chief Control of Import and Export, Directorate of Export Promotion. Some very important ones only I have taken over here. What they do? They help in promoting such products by coordinating for conducting trade fairs, through exhibitions and all. And they help in promoting the product not only in the domestic market but also in the overseas market. Same way, They help in securing contracts. They help in conducting survey for these organizations. They maintain a close relationship with these uh, with such type of entrepreneurs and help them or guide them on how to promote their services. They also provide information regarding the products in the market, and even they provide different types of counseling to the entrepreneurs. So these are all some of the names of the institutions which are helping in this particular area. Now, now we have to see what are the problems of marketing and how we can reduce the problems. Problems here means the problems which are faced by small scale industries. Small and medium scale we can say. Now, again, we know that there are different tools and techniques for marketing. This is used in order to widen or in order to diversify the market and in order to create awareness about our product, provide various information about our product, and like that, so many things are there. But not every company will be having the knowledge regarding marketing of the product. And almost all the type of business do face such marketing problems once or twice, like it happens in every organizations. But certain industries are facing severe problems, especially small scale industries, because they are much more behind large scale industries. So some of the problems, like first one is competition from large scale sector, because we know that small scale sector, the resources will be less. They might be using inferior technology. They might be using raw materials which may not be up to the mark. Their products may not be standardized, and even old technology which they are using. Because of these reasons, they get tough competition from the large scale sector. Then lack of marketing knowledge. Most of these entrepreneurs may not be highly educated people, or they may not even be having any kind of professional knowledge regarding how to sell the product. So this lack of expertise in this field can increase the problems. Then lack of sales promotion again, due to the already they might be facing so many financial issues. Then large scale units में कैसे होते हैं कि they will be having well known branded names and all, but in this case they will have huge amount to spend on advertisements, but in this case hardly they will be having money for production activities and all. How to expect them to invest in various advertisement tools or various promotion tools? That will be quite difficult for them. Then weak bargaining power. That also again these people may not be having the knowledge on how to bargain, like as compared to large scale industries or large scale business, they might be having much more connections, more networking, but these people may not be having such type of connections. They may not even be able to get even the basic things which they are actually supposed to get. Large scale industries and all may get huge discounts, subsidies, credits and all just by seeing their name itself, but that may not be possible in the case of small scale sector. Then product quality. How to measure this product quality? Definitely quality testing may be done, research can be done how to improve and all, but these things and all cannot be possible with the limited financial resources. They may not be able to do it. Credit scale sales. Small scale industry, many times they will have to do their business on credit. Like many times they will have to borrow from others to run their business, and they may not be able to even repay this amount on time. This may increase their cost of production, and finally what happens, due to various such reasons, they will have to finally shut down their business. Then many other issues are also there, like lack of brand name, no proper brand name, defective pricing policy, which they again these people may not even know how to fix the price properly, poor sales relationship, then not able to identify the target customers, then poor sales relationship, I told you, lack of research, then lack of marketing techniques. Then many such reasons are also responsible for the small scale and medium scale industries enterprises to go lag behind the large scale industries. But what can be done in order to reduce these problems? Some measures to reduce these problems. First one is cooperative buying. Then modern business principles, get use of marketing information, use market supporting programs, government stores purchase program, integrate marketing support. Corporate buying means we can say group buying. Group buying means bulk purchase. Who will purchase it? When some agencies come forward Even if government is coming forward to buy it in bulk, it will definitely enable the small scale unit to function in a better way. They can even be part of some cooperative movement or some association so that they will be getting better orders. Then applying modern business principles with the help of several EDP. EDP we have already seen, entrepreneurial development programs. Such programs, when they are attending, they will be getting much more idea on how to conduct the business. So small retailers and all can attend such training programs and they can try to apply modern business principles. Then there is get use of marketing information which is available with various institutions which are ready to support such industries like district industrial centers. Then we have seen NISBUT, like there are so many industries industrial support institutions we have seen. So what information? Try to get information about local demand, whether you will be getting demand for this particular product, how to conduct a study, how to approach the customers, such kind of information. Then using market support program which are provided by most of the institutions in order to facilitate the growth of such enterprises. Like they will be devising, such institutions will be devising so many programs which these budding entrepreneurs can make use of. Then government stores purchase program. This is again done with a view to assist the small scale industries so that government also will be buying. They will be also participating in buying products from the small scale industries, so that they will also buy, the companies also will manufacture the products which are made by the standards which are fixed by the or laid down by the government. So then there is integrate marketing support. Again, so many institutions are there which help such organizations, such small budding entrepreneurs to come forward to help the entrepreneurs, especially when it comes to problems with funding, problems with credit, when they may not be even knowing about the documents which are required for this purpose, or these people might be even targeted and misused by the we can say by the people in the village areas. So these support programs, integrated marketing support programs, which are set up by many of the institutions, will help them to mitigate. Mitigate means at least reduce the risk which is imposed on such budding entrepreneurs. So these are the measures to reduce the problems of marketing. Many times what happens, these people, small scale industry, they won't be having sufficient documents to approach any financial institution or any bank. What they do, they go to the money lenders who are in the village. They will be charging exorbitant interest rate. Many times they will not be even having the fund to repay even the principal amount, forget about the interest amount. So such problems can be overcome. For this, the government has set up so many such institutions which will help in supporting these entrepreneurs. So this is about problems of marketing and measures to be taken, common measures to reduce the problems of marketing to be undertaken by the entrepreneurs. They should have this willingness, they should have this desire to come forward and approach any of these institutions for their support.